Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Councillors, welcome to this, our special meeting, or extraordinary meeting actually, to adopt the annual report. So welcome to members of the community who have made the effort to attend this afternoon, and obviously officers. We have an apology from Councillor Brannigan, and we can move from there. There's no declarations of interest, I don't believe, no speaking rights, no announcements, so we'll go straight into the adoption of the annual report. Prepared, Councillor Campbell.
Under announcements, I'm 70 today. It's my birthday today, so I thought I'd make an announcement about that.
Thank you, Councillor Campbell. Councillors, will move to the adoption of the annual report and would welcome Fiona and Debbie from Audit New Zealand. Feel free to come up the front here. And prepared to move receipt of the report, moved by Councillor Bishop, seconded by Deputy Mayor Good. So, councillors, you've got the report there. It's just a very rudimentary process that we go through. We'll seek commentary from the auditors. There may be some questions for clarity, and then we can adopt the annual report. So, Debbie, in your hands. Welcome.
Thank you very much. And it is my pleasure to be here today and to let you know that on adoption of the annual report that I am in a position to issue an unmodified opinion. So an unmodified opinion means that we're satisfied that the accounts are materially correct, and that's including accounting standards, but also legislatively. There's a lot of disclosures required under legislation. This annual report closes the chapter of the 2012 LTP. So you've had 3 years under the previous LTP, and this is the end of it. We do also want to acknowledge the benchmarks that are on pages 66 to 74 of your annual report, and the fact that Council has met all of them except for the balanced budget benchmark, and that benchmark is in accordance with what Council had planned, so we do acknowledge that. We also note that it is a significant annual report as it is the first one prepared under the new international public sector accounting standards, and we do want to acknowledge the work that Jeff and Abraham and their team have actually done to work to ensure the disclosures within the report are correct, and to ensure that it is a complete document. And we'd also like to acknowledge the way that they have worked with us this year. We do appreciate their efforts. A big focus for Council coming up in the 2015-16 annual report will be on the mandatory performance measures. So each year seems to be a change in regulations, and central government does require a number of mandatory items. And next year it is the mandatory performance targets that are set by the DIA. These were included in your long-term plan for 2015. And this year, in this annual report, Council has actually voluntarily adopted them early, effectively, and we just want to remind Council of the need just to ensure that there are systems in place to make sure that you can report accurately. There are a few in here at the moment that are yet to be, systems are yet to be developed, so it's just a reminder for that. But as I say, on adoption, we are satisfied that these accounts are materially correct and comply with legislation. So happy to take any comments or questions that people might have. Sure,
thank you. So any questions from councillors specific to the annual report that you might want clarity on? No questions? Question, Councillor Fayan?
I have to stand here. I had a good read of this, and I was just wondering where anything in relation to the economic development aspect of our council is in relation to the annual report, because I couldn't find anything, and maybe I've missed it, so I'd be really pleased if somebody could show me where it is, please.
So the reference to economic development is captured in the community support activity. So on the page that I've got referenced here is on page 151. So there is a comment there around tourism and economic development, and it's also captured in the statement or the funding impact statement, I think, on the bottom of page 155 in terms of the expenditure that's included in that particular activity. So the second one from, bottom of the page, activity, expenditure, community development's first, and then got economic development. The actual spend for the year was $441,000.
Thank you. Any other questions? No other questions from councillors? Okay, there's no other questions from councillors. We move to the recommendation, to the resolution. And the resolution to set out there, as you can see, between 3.1 and 3.5. I need a mover. Move Councillor Russ, second to Councillor Mitchell. I'll put that. In favour, please say aye.
Division,
Against,
please.
Carry.
Division, please.
So who is against the resolution?
Of accepting the annual report.
I've moved the annual report. It's been moved and seconded. I've asked for those in favour, please say aye. Against?
So
Is there anybody against?
yes.
Councillors Campbell and Farn are noted. The resolution is carried. So that concludes the item of business. Just before we do close off, I would like to acknowledge the finance team. I think you would agree that following the observations made by Debbie and obviously supported by Fiona, that this has been an outstanding year. There's been a monumental effort put in by the team, Doug, Jeff, Tracy, Azim and Abraham, and I know that the CEO is very proud of what has been achieved through this last 12 months. I think we'd agree that a significant standard has been set for the next 12 months of financial activity. So on behalf of my elected members, I just want to acknowledge in front of the auditors and to you, our CEO, our thanks for a very significant effort that's been put in by the team to position the Horowhenua District Council in such a strong space. So thank you for that. And I declare the meeting closed.
So just for clarification, there indicated in your meeting request was this extraordinary meeting of council, which was to adopt the annual report, and then there was going to be a briefing. So hopefully, so it was actually captured in the single 2 hour, I think it was 2 hours, put into your Microsoft Outlook calendars. Now, are there? So I just need an indication, is there, because there seems to be some confusion as to whether we're actually going to have the briefing or not. Our preference would be to have the briefing if we could, but if there's not sufficient numbers to be able to stay to have that briefing, we will defer it to another time.
You can't stay. Sydney? Okay.
Two, three.
Okay, so we'll can it and reconvene it and just urge ourselves to look at those diary notes that come through, because it doesn't assist when we've missed those sorts of things. So there's a glitch there somewhere, but please keep an eye on it and we'll reconvene. Thanks everybody.